The Silver Arrows are back on track, poised to regain their competitive edge. After identifying the weakest link in their W14 team, it appears they've made a significant change. Mike Elliott, who admitted he wasn't ready to step up to the top technical role, has been replaced by Allison in his old new position. This unexpected turn of events hints at exciting developments ahead, with new parts and a revised design for the W14. The team is not waiting until Imola to unveil these changes, signaling their eagerness to make an immediate impact on the championship race. The 2023 season started off rocky for Mercedes, and two glaring truths emerged. Firstly, their car failed to meet expectations and fell short of where it was supposed to be. Secondly, the person chosen to lead the technical department from 2022 onwards faltered, and even Mike Elliott himself had the courage to admit he wasn't up to the task. It's not about being a Mercedes hater, but rather acknowledging the undeniable reality. Elliott conceded that he would be better suited to his previous role within Mercedes, a candid confession that adds another layer of complexity to the situation. The disappointment and challenges faced by the team are palpable, leaving fans and pundits alike pondering what the future holds for the once dominant Silver Arrows. Mercedes is showing some serious self-awareness this time around. Admitting their weaknesses and taking ownership of their mistakes is a crucial first step towards improvement, and boy did they learn from their 2022 blunders. Remember the headbanging attempt with the no-pod side-pod design? Well, this year they've had a complete change of heart. They've realized that drastic changes are in order, and it's like a whole new world has opened up for them in 2023. With the shackles of stubbornness cast aside, they're now on a mission to bring in more upgrades, revamp their approach, and show their mettle on the track. The prospect of a more competitive season for the Silver Arrows has fans buzzing with excitement. Talk about a power move. Mercedes brought back Allison from his stint with the America Cup, where he had been laser-focused in the previous year. But oh boy, it was crystal clear that this design guru couldn't just sit on the sidelines and offer advice. After all, this is the same genius who crafted the legendary W11, one of the most awe-inspiring cars in F1 history. Having a mind that can rival the legendary Adrian Newey and keeping it benched, that's like putting a lion in a cage. Allison's return to the team has surely stirred things up, and the anticipation of what he'll bring to the table is electrifying. With his creative prowess and technical wizardry, Mercedes is poised for some serious game-changing maneuvers. Now here's the real deal. It's not just about singing praises for Allison's past work, although it's been proven to be pure genius. The new challenge that lies ahead for Allison and Mercedes is no small feat. It's all about making the W14 a true contender and keeping Hamilton at bay. The seven-time world champion Hamilton has been quite vocal about his dissatisfaction with the car's performance in 2023, expressing his discontent multiple times in just 3 races. It's like the stakes are sky high and all eyes are on Hamilton's feedback on the W14. With Allison back in the mix, it's like a puzzle that's waiting to be solved. Can his technical wizardry be the missing link that brings Mercedes back to championship glory after a year-long hiatus? They may be tight-lipped about it for now, but the fact that they're already bringing upgrades to the yet-to-be synergized parts of the car in Baku, even before the big package in Imola, is a clear indicator that they are dead serious this time. George Russell himself has been buzzing about what we can expect from Mercedes in the upcoming race in Azerbaijan, which includes a thrilling sprint race. And if luck is on their side, the Silver Arrows could rake in a ton of points even before the Imola showdown. The young Briton admitted that he doesn't follow the news about this team too closely when discussing this subject, but he added, "But big changes are incoming. Naturally, you can't get things brought that quickly to the car, but I think in due course we'll see some big changes, and hopefully the lap times represent that." He continued to explain, highlighting the enormous improvements the Silver Arrows were able to make in the simulator, adding that the upgrades had been tested there, and he then continued, "Yeah, I mean, we're working really hard at the moment with these changes. I won't give too much away, and we need to make sure they work as expected. But as we've said a number of times, we're probably finding more gains in the past 2 or 3 weeks than we found over the whole winter by clearly developing in the wrong window. So it's definitely heading in the right direction. We've been bombarded with the same statements about Mercedes being on the right track, but what the heck does that even mean for the Silver Arrows? Well, let me fill you in on the juicy details. They're focusing on overhauling the rear suspension in Baku, which has been identified as one of the weakest aspects of the W14. As the 7-time world champion has aptly pointed out, the car is suffering from a serious lack of rear downforce, making it insanely front-end limited. But here's the kicker. This crucial component that's currently holding back the W14's performance is the same one that Aston Martin is exclusively buying from Mercedes. And if you've been keeping up with the season, you'd know that Aston Martin has been giving Mercedes a run for their money with a design that's heavily influenced by the RB18. Word has it that not just one, not two, but 3 key parts are getting massive improvements: the heave springs, heave dampers, and corner dampers. These changes are aimed at not only helping generate more downforce, but also complementing the revised side pods for maximum efficiency. The silver arrows are not stopping that. Rumor has it that a brand new rear wing is in the works, specifically designed for low downforce requirements of the 2023 challenges. And that's not all. Upgrades are also planned for tracks like Spain and Silverstone, with a clear goal set by Allison to bring a car that can generate more downforce throughout the middle part of the season. The team is hoping that these upgrades will give their star drivers, Hamilton and Russell, a real shot at podium finishes and race wins more often than not. With the final upgrades planned for Silverstone, all eyes are on the silver arrows as they push the boundaries of performance and strive to dominate the competition on the track. It's a tantalizing wait to see how these upgrades will pan out and whether Mercedes can continue their quest for glory in the 2023 season. Mercedes is going all out in their pursuit of downforce gains, and they're zeroing in on the area under the car, between the floor and the diffuser. That's where they bleed out the most downforce, and they're working hard to recover as much as possible. With Baku being a track where they struggled last year due to heavy porpoising, they're determined to bring the car back to its 2022 form. Rear-end limited, baby. And let's talk about the new faces in the team. Allison and Vowles are the talk of the town. It's like the missing link has been found. Ever since they left the team, it was glaringly obvious that the winning crew was what Mercedes needed to regain their competitive edge. But Allison's task to revive the W14 is more significant than what meets the eye. It's about keeping the legendary Hamilton content and loyal. With the current season in full swing, Mercedes is under a massive threat of losing one of their most valuable assets, Hamilton himself. Let's face it, this guy's been the backbone of the team for the past decade, leading them to 7 consecutive titles between 2014 and 2020, with only one loss to Rosberg in 2016. While Russell may be a promising young talent, it's way too premature to compare him with Hamilton, who has made history and elevated the sport to new heights. That's why it's crucial to see whether the W14's new changes will meet Hamilton's expectations, as he's been pretty vocal about the car's preferences. There's no doubt that this season will be interesting, and now that racing has resumed, we can't wait to see what Mercedes has in store for us. We're hoping that the RB19 can finally be dethroned so that we can have an interesting season. I want to hear from you. What's your take on the latest upgrades that Mercedes is bringing to Baku? Are you excited to see the Silver Arrows bouncing back and reclaiming their position at the top of the podium? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling F1 content.